Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video I am going to go over my very first Holo Taco nail polish order. So if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I have not really purchased nail polish in a very long time. I've got a couple that came in some subscription boxes. I did buy a set that kind of one of those Colourpop ones, and then that's been it for the last 5 years. I've been really good at trying to finish up polishes, declutter polishes, but I've been holding off because I knew I did want to do a purchase. This particular purchase was very spontaneous. I wasn't planning it, and I'll get into that in a second. Let's just get into the polishes. It was a very small order, so this will be a very short little kind of overview review because I literally painted one fingernail for each color. So I only purchased 4 colors and then a top coat. So the first color that I purchased is the color called Blushed Ice. I feel like this is one of their more popular colors. This is described as a crushed holographic formula in a light blush peach shade. I slightly disagree with the peach part. It's definitely more pink to me. I will be showing pictures up close in natural lighting as well as indoor lighting, so you can kind of see a little bit of a difference. It's definitely more pink to me. I really like this. The coat that I have on, I have no top coat on. It applied really nicely. It did take a little bit longer to set than some of the other polishes, but overall a really beautiful color. And I can definitely see myself using this as a go-to when I don't know what to put on my nails and I just want something simple and easy and pretty. This is definitely one of those shades for me. The next shade that I want to talk about is called Dead Petals. Kind of bought this for the name. I kind of liked how morbid it sounded. And I have a similar polish right now. Well, I thought it was similar, and it is pretty similar that I am sort of finishing up. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss that shade. I want something similar to it. So I did purchase this for that reason. It's similar but different to the one I currently have. So they described this as a linear holographic formula in a dark magenta shade. Now this one is very deep. I can see the holo in the bottle. You can probably see it showing right there when I show it on the side. But when I look at it on my nail, I don't really see that at all, at least in current daylight. And by daylight, I mean dreary, gray, December light. So yeah, it's not really showing anything other than it looks almost like a dark plum color. The magenta's kind of not really what I see at all, but it is a beautiful color and it does look fairly similar. The color that I have similar to this, I can't think of the name of it. I should grab it. Let me grab it. It's this one from Julep that was in my nail polish project pan, and the shade name is Marianne, and it's got a shimmer in it, but it's a gold shimmer. So it'll look very different in the bottle, but I feel on the nails it's got a similar effect. I guess the shift in the Holo Taco one is more cool toned, whereas the shift in Mary Jane is definitely gold. Oh, if I can show you this angle, will this work? Can you see it on this angle? As soon as I turn it to this angle, you can kind of see the similarity right there. Hopefully that's showing up. I'm not sure what that's looking like to you guys. But yeah, as soon as I tilt it like this, I'm oh, there it is. Because I'm getting the gold half of the holo. And you can definitely see that they're very, very similar. So I'm happy about that because yeah, this is in my nail polish project pan. It's almost done, and I am sad to see it go, but now I have a replacement for it. The next one I want to talk about is called Fairy Tale, and it's tail with T-A-I-L, like a cat tail. And this is a taupe magnetic polish with a dark brown base and a light bronze magnetic stripe with holographic microflakes. So this is my first experience using magnetic nail polishes, and I'll say there's definitely a learning curve. This one seemed to work a little bit better. Again, I don't have a top coat. Oh, on Dead Petals, I did put a top coat. It was very dull without a top coat, so I did use the Holo Taco Glossy top coat. This is what I think that's what they call it. Glossy Taco. So I did buy the top coat as well because I'm pretty much out of top coats. So I did buy that. But yeah, all the other polishes I didn't put a top coat on because I just wanted to see what they looked like without top coat. This is my first go at magnetic polishes, And a bit of a learning curve. For this one, I put the magnet over top of my nail as close as possible. And I held it for like 30 seconds or more. I went to the website, you're supposed to do 60 seconds. So I feel like the effect maybe could have been a bit better had I held the magnet a bit longer. But this one is really pretty. I like how when you turn your finger, like it's not just a flat color, you get sort of this marbling kind of thing with the different shades of brown. It's really pretty and it's really unique to my collection. So I'm really, really happy with this one. And again, I kind of want to play with it a little bit more and like sort of finesse that technique with the magnet. The other magnetic one that I bought is called Queen's Curse, and this is a purple magnetic polish with a dark violet base and a purple magnetic stripe with holographic microflakes. Now this one I have problems with. It's looking pretty good now, but it was a struggle. This was my third try. The first time I didn't hold the magnet on long enough or close enough to the nail. The second time I felt like I was kind of, again, getting the similar effect, and I think I was doing it too thin. Second time I just literally did one coat and then I took it off because I'm like, this isn't working. And then, so for the third time I did the technique where you put your finger on the magnet and then put the polish on, and that seemed to work the best. I don't know if it's because I have really small fingers though, that like the magnet size, like I feel like I want like a really skinny magnet. I feel like it might work better. Or maybe I just positioned my finger differently on the magnet. I sort of angled my finger on the magnet. I don't know if I'm supposed to do it like long way on the magnet or like short way on the magnet. I should grab it, by the way. Yeah, it's a bit of a learning technique, but yeah, like this in the bottle looks so cool. I don't know how well that's showing up, but man, it's very, very cool. Alright, it's a different day, and I've decided to do a whole hand with each of the magnetic polishes. So on this hand, I have Fairy Tale, and while I can't get that like super sharp magnetic thing going on, I feel like it still looks pretty like cool. Like I hope you can see that on my like middle finger there. That one turned out the best, but it still doesn't look like, it looks interesting, but it doesn't look like the super sharp, you know, line that you see. So, I mean, it worked out okay. So yeah, hopefully you can see that one. I really like this color, so I do like this one. I'm pretty happy with it. I had to hold it for like a minute for it to look like this. And I held it really, really close to the nail. The first time I did it, I actually like bonked my fingernail, so that happened. Now for the other hand, that's a bit of a disappointment in a sense of the magnetic effect. So this is the Queen's Curse. I cannot get the magnetic effect to work. So this is the second time I've done this hand. I don't know, like it looks pretty. Like there's definitely a pretty, it's almost like metallic finish to it, but I definitely don't have that like magnetic effect. And like I said, this is the second time I did it, and the second time I held the magnet for like 3 minutes on over my fingernail for each finger for each coat, and I don't have a top coat on either, by the way, for both of these. I mean, it's pretty. And then, so I was doing some like searching on internet to see if I did something wrong, and I did come across a post on Reddit from a year ago that talked about Queen's Curse and other people also having the same problem with this. The other thing I also found out when I was looking for like, you know, magnetic tips is that apparently the effect doesn't last. Like even if you can get that super sharp line, it'll only last for like a few days and it will still disperse. So that's kind of disappointing. So yeah, that's Queen's Curse there. I mean, it's a pretty color, but I definitely am not getting a magnetic effect. I actually broke this nail, unfortunately. So ruined the nail polish on it too. So this is the little magnet that comes with the magnetic polishes, and Holo Taco throws this in for free. You don't have to pay for the actual magnet, which I thought was quite nice. And this is handy because I don't have a good magnet for taking out eyeshadows, magnetic eyeshadows out of magnetic pans. I've been using like my kitchen magnet, and it's been kind of a pain in the butt. This is a little bit easier and a little more robust. So I just want to kind of get into sort of my experience ordering with Holo Taco and how this went. So I talked about this in my buys and buys, that I had a regret purchase and it hadn't even arrived yet. This was that purchase. I regretted purchasing this like 2 days after I ordered it, and then I was like, you know what? I think if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I would have tried to cancel the order. But I was like, you know what? It's part of the experience, especially being a Canadian YouTuber. A lot of our experience about like shipping and like getting products, even though Holo Taco, she's Canadian, the product comes from the States. I've never ordered nail polish online, so I was like, let's just do it for the experience and never do it again. And it was expensive. So retail price for the 5 polishes would have been $129.96 Canadian. It's an awkward price because all the prices on the site are in US. There's no sort of like Canadian prices. It's all like exchange rate. With the discount, so this was a Black Friday sale, which I think was 30% off, I want to say. So including, because there's duties and taxes, and with that 30% off, the retail price that I would have paid for, that I paid for these, or not retail price, the sale price that I paid for with that taxes was $115.53 Canadian, or that works out to about $23.11 per polish. So that's all 5. So like even the top coat was $23.11. That's a lot of money. A lot of money. Still cheaper than Mooncat. Mooncat was going to be $30 Canadian, and I was like, hell no. Like, that's way too much. Even this 23 was too much, and that's where I was feeling a lot of regret on this purchase. I'm like, ugh, this $23 per polish, is this really worth it? I placed the order November 13th. Yeah, it was kind of during a COVID fever. It was also, so I talked about holding off on buying nail polishes, and I had been planning, like the last 2 years, I would say, I've been planning to purchase from ILNP because I felt like they had a lot of variety. I really liked the different shades that they had, but it was going to be a steep purchase. So ILNP, it's $150 Canadian to hit free shipping, which I'd be normally like, oh, I don't want to spend that much money. I'll pay like the shipping. The shipping is $50. I think it's like 46 something or 48 something. So it's $50 for just shipping. So it's not worth it. You might as well just like hoard the nail polish. So I've been kind of planning that purchase, but I was waiting for Black Friday, got sick, lost my freaking mind. I was like, let's place a Holo Taco order. And so I did. So yeah, that's why it was kind of like a fairly instant regret purchase shortly after. So ordered it November 13th. November 21st, I don't know how many days later that is. How many days later is that? Is that a week? That's a week and a day. I get the shipping notification, and the shipping notification just says label created. I'm like, cool, it's on its way. I anticipated this would take a while. First of all, Black Friday sales, it's going to be busy. Second of all, it's nail polish. Nail polish always has to ship ground, as far as I understand. So I wholly expected this to take forever. 2 weeks later, still saying label created and nothing else. And I'm like, I think my order got messed up. I don't know if I was just being like, maybe it's gonna come, but I was like, 2 weeks, I feel like, which is like 10 business days, is long enough to wait. So I did message them late December 5th, which was exactly 2 weeks from the shipping label created. And they reached out to me the next day and they said, oh, we're really sorry, something's happened. We will cancel that order and reissue your order, which, again, I was tempted in my email to tell them if it's not coming, just cancel the order, and I never did. And I guess it's in hindsight. Again, it was the whole like, just go through with it, it's fine. But pleasantly surprised, they issued me a like, not a refund, but like $25 like, sorry for your inconvenience. So they refunded me $25 US. So that was like a pleasant little surprise that, like, your mileage may vary. I don't know if they do that normally for people when it takes that long, or there's that kind of an issue. So that was like a big surprise, but I wouldn't count on that going forward. And that works out to around $33.83 Canadian. So in total per polish, it went down. So the total price ended up being, it was $115.53 down to $81.79 $14.70. So per polish was $16.34, which is a more palatable price. I mean, it's still expensive, but feels a little bit less hard on the wallet than like over $20 per polish. So yeah, that was quite the experience. And then, so that was December 6th. They replaced the order. December 6th, I got a message saying label created. I'm like, oh, here we go again, label created. I got the order December 8th, 2 days later. I don't know how they did that. I don't know what magic they did, but they just like threw that on like Rudolph's back and he shipped it over here. Like, it was so fast. Bizarre. But I'm happy because I'm not like waiting forever for it. I also had a bit of an issue in my own building getting the order. I don't know what that was, but anyway, again, they're probably like super backlogged because I think a lot of people are ordering stuff because of Christmas time. I did just want to like highlight their packaging is quite well done. Like A++ on the shipping packaging. So, I mean, I ordered 5 polishes and it came in a box like this. Like, it's so well protected. They're all really squished in there with like the styrofoam thingy. And yeah, like I was really impressed with that. I'm like, man, I should have bought 6 because 6 would have fit perfectly. In summary, like they're nice polishes. I'm excited to play more with the magnetics because it's new to me and I don't really know what I'm doing. But hopefully I will get better at them. But I think that's going to be my last Holo Taco order. Like, if it was more accessible and more affordable, I would definitely purchase them. It's a lot of money. I'm already like a bit salty that there's no more like $2.99 Sally Hansen nail polishes. They only ever go on sale. I think the cheapest I've seen them recently is like $5.99. Like not even $4.99, $5.99. I'm like, come on. Like the Sally Hansen hard as nails, like those ones are usually the cheapest, and I like them for the most part. So yeah. And the other reason is I did place an ILNP order. That is moving. It's moving like molasses, but it is moving. I might get it in 2023. I don't know. I think so. I'm hoping I get it before the end of this year. And that's a buttload of nail polish that I ordered. So I don't need to order nail polish for like the next 3 years. Easily. Like, easily. So yeah, that's probably why I would never purchase again from Holo Taco. Just a lot of money and I don't need to. But I could see, like, again, if it was a little more affordable, I could see myself ordering more from them. But it's just I'm a little uncomfortable with that price range. Especially because nail polish is something that I view as, again, like I like my Sally Hansen. Like, it's like a pickup. I just want to pick up like a bright pink or like, you know, a juicy melon color or a funky blue color when I feel like it. And I just want it to be like a couple dollars. Like, I don't want to feel like I need to like baby these as like expensive jewels. If that makes sense. I mean, they are really nice. I'm not gonna deny that, but I feel like it's maybe not my wheelhouse. It's maybe a little out of my price range and comfort level for buying nail polishes. I am just starting to ramble now. So anyway, I hope you like this little overview review of my very first and probably last Holo Taco order ever. If you like this video, feel free to give a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.